Hey everybody, Goldie here, and today we are taking a look at the Chase character for the Mutants Return month-long contest in WWE Champions, and it is Seth Rollins, Mutant Messiah. So this is the 7th version of Seth Rollins in the game, but the first version that is a powerhouse. So now Seth joins the club of having a character in every single class. And if you're thinking to yourself, there's a showboat Seth, it's the icon of WrestleMania. So yes, and lo and behold, he is a chaotic powerhouse because I didn't have enough of those. Training ability. I was right. I know, super bold of me to call out a pattern, right? Who would have thunk? But at 17k, 50% increased chance for green gems on the initial gem board, and matching green gems charge moves of that color by 2 more move points. So, solid trainer option if you don't subscribe to the DX pass for green and purple MP coaches. These are going to come in handy in boss breakers, I think, and they're going to be good in showdown. So he completes the colors. Links and gear. Mutant Link, any color move starting MP reduced by 3 for your opponent. Modern Era, gems do 5% more damage, and no gear. So 3 different builds I'm going to take a look at, and all 3 are very different. And you have your choice depending on playstyle, trainer availability, metal substats, plate availability, etc. The first build I'm going to look at is a 3-star build, and it is a super sub. Now, the unfortunate thing is that it is a random color submission with 17 gems. So it's either going to be great or it's going to be horribly wrong. But I think they tried to make up for that with the damage output, which you will see shortly. So double red with purple 1. Red 1 is the finisher, the mutated stomp, 10 MP. Deal 193,485 damage and choose a 4x4 area to destroy. Red 2, 9 MP, mutated stump puller color submission. Make 17 random gems into red submission gems and do 133,472 damage for 7 turns while submission gems are on the gem board. Remaining submission gems turn into blast gems. And purple 1, turnbuckle head slams, 7 MP, deal 80,129 damage, and choose 7 gems to make into red gems. So that is how you are going to load everything. And we are running super sub. So Woods for more purple MP, Zombie Austin for 3 more turns and 20% more damage to the submission, Powerhouse Bobby Lashley for 1 more turn and 50% more damage to the submission, and Acro Shelton for 20% more damage to the submission. For the belt, Full Fury, red percent for the finisher, and I have a Twilight plate on, not that I think I'm going to need it. You could use this, you could use the What the Rock is Cooking plate, which is break red, get purple MP. Or if they happen to come out with a plate this month that is red and blue gem damage after a submission, so like All Heart is green and purple, Baddest Jacket is yellow and black, I would assume we're getting one for red and blue, but this would be a prime candidate for it. And I did mention the damage output, and you know what that means. I did the feud math. So in a feud, the base of 133,472 will be times 290%, which is 520,541. And you multiply that by 14 turns, and he is doing almost 7.3 million damage on that submission. If that plus KO doing ass loads of damage plus kick out boosts doesn't scream bigger health pool for the new meta, I don't know what else will, but that's kind of how it looks like we're going. And Mick once again has walked across the keyboard. So let me just move that up and make this a little more visible. So the 200% and the 3 extra turns from Mac's defensive feud perks, and then 3 turns from Austin, an extra turn from Lashley, so that's on the base of 7. That gives you 7 more turns, so it's 14. And then 200%, 50% from Lashley, 20 from Zombie Austin, 20 from Acro Shelton gives you the 290. So that is how that submission is going to look in feuds. Now again, it's random, and you're putting out 17 gems that are going to immediately turn red. So if it happens to work, it is going to kill the majority of opponents. But if it doesn't work, have no fear. The finisher is here. So let's see what the old mutant drip god has in store for us. He's shot frickin' laser beams out of his arms. Looks dope. I'm a fan. So I do not have tour perks, as it is the first day of the month-long contest, so the only thing active is his kickout. So we need a purple match, which we do not have. There's a red match. There's our purple match. We did it. So 2-3 matches? Yeah, that looks to be the way. We could do a 4-match bull pin. Oh, 2-3 matches is going to pin anyways. Okay, let's try to get as many red gems off the board as possible, because the sub is going to be whack. So let's just clear out. He's going to target red, so hopefully he clears some out for us. I was going to say, or he could just not kick out, but alas. Okay. Mutated Stump Puller. 17 random gems into red and 253,000 damage for 11 turns, and everything left behind will turn into a blast gem. So we already have one massive chain here as a wild card. Which gives him the extra turn, but this looks that crap. The board would reshuffle into that, wouldn't it? I think we're okay. That's cool how they have like gas flame type things coming out of them. Really cool. And that 100% kick out. So 2 things we could do. We could hit the sub again, or we could hit the finisher and make the board go boom. For the purposes of this preview, normally I would just hit the sub again, but I want to see the animation. Oh, I was hoping he'd like bounce up and sell it like Austin Theory sold the stunner. Alas. Destroy the area with your blast gems. And he's gonna kick out. Low-key disappointed in that move animation. I feel like they could have made it insane. There's the happy sound. Even though we destroyed 11, 13, 15 of our submission gems. But as long as one happens to stay behind the entire time, you're fine. It's just, it's so random and risky. But that is how the sub looks. And now let's look at something completely different and see his 4-star build. 4-star build we're going to take a look at is double yellow with purple 2. So yellow 1 is the Falcon Arrow, 7 MP, Deal 85,345 damage and make 9 random gems into blast gems. Yellow 2, the Frog Splash, 8 MP, that's the 4-star move. Deal 87,078 damage and destroy 7 random blast gems. The pin bar will not move. And purple 2, the Springboard Tornado DDT, 6 MP, deals 76,342 damage and makes 7 random gems into yellow gems. So what I'm going to run for this, Woods for more, purple MP to start, Rusev for 3 more blast gems, Ray for an extra blast gem and 25% more damage to blasts, and Trickster Stammy for 50% more damage to blast gems. Ideally, instead of Rusev, you would want Showboat JBL, because, let me, hold on, replace, I have him, but he's not built, so I can admit to not knowing what his trainer ability caps out at. Let's look at that really quick. You're not, no, wrong Showboat. Sorry. Baby, there he is. What do you do? 15k, red gems do 25% more damage, blast gems do 100% more damage, moves that generate, but yeah, that's the guy that you want instead of Rusev. But I have not had a chance to work on him yet. And in hindsight, this is probably how most people are going to end up running him, because they don't have Showboat JBL. That's how I'm seeking solace for this build. And I want to preface this by saying, like, this is not the ideal build for this to hit hard. What you would want is that Titan plate. Every time you make 8 or more blast gems, you increase your gem damage by 100%. And if you're destroying them and the pin bar is not moving and you're refilling, you're just going to keep stacking insane damage. So this is how it looks, not ideal. This is how it's going to look for 95% of the player base. But please note that I am aware of that plate's existence. I don't have it. And also my JBL isn't leveled. So this is how it's going to look for most people. That said, still going to be effective. So let's see how it goes. So we take a purple match and then use that to fill the yellows. Hopefully, in a perfect world. I feel like they could have done more with that move animation too. Maybe I'm just being picky at this point. I don't know. But lack of tour perks means this is going to take a couple turns. Max tour perks, offensive feud perks to get the MP on a match, which will be very helpful. No, I would need to take this anyways. Okay. Oh, nah. Hope for a minute and then it's gone. Alright. So, Falcon Arrow, 155,000 damage. I put in a yellow percent metal, by the way. And 13 random blast gems going out. So with Sammy and with Ray, red gems at 16,000, red blast gems at 25. So definitely making a difference. Frog Splash, destroy 7 random blasts. This will not move the pin bar. Destroyed a good chunk. Almost got it refilled. So I'm going to toss this out and see if maybe we can get a yellow match without pinning. Nice. And now we got lots of yellows on the board, so we should be able to hit this a time or two. Nice. So about 500,000 damage on that. And if you had the Titan plate, every time you hit this move, your damage would just be insane. You would stack so much. Almost got it refilled, but I'm going to throw the blast gems out and then I'm going to hit this move. To see if maybe we can... Yeah, I like that sound. It means we hit one. Blah! 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 Nice. So, still reasonable without all the bells and whistles. A little high charge in the sense that you need to hope you have a good number of yellow gems on the board to spam that a few times. But feud perks with the extra blast gems you'll get, that could be really fun. So that's the 4-star build. And now let's take a look at yet another completely different way to play them with the 5-star build. All right, the 5-star build that we're going to run is triple red. And the 5-star move is the straight sidekick, 9 MP, deal 107,491 damage, and increase your red gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. Does not affect bonus damage. So you could run Butch and Sting to get ready to go on turn 1. I am sacrificing the turn 1 for 50% more red move damage with Batista. And in feuds, because of the submission, I don't think you'd want to use double MP trainers because it's not going to be turn 1 anyways. Maybe if you have a wicked move damage setup. Maybe. Anyways, Butch for more red MP, Batista for extra red MP and 50% damage to red moves, Typhoon for 15% more red gem damage and blast gem damage, and then Santa Hogan for 1100 flat damage. If you have Trickster Snoop, who I do have but I'm not going to use, you could use him for red move damage. For the belt, sticking with Full Fury, you could do a takedown set if you wanted to, red %, and I do not have a plate equipped because, once again, I do not have the necessary tools to make this moveset work in the best way. One of those options would be the Chain of the Colossus plate that is currently broken and just spams red gems whenever you match anything. So that would be fun. And the other is this plate that I am still attempting to manifest. It's the All Heart plate for red and blue gems. I'm like really hoping that comes out now because I feel like that would be really fun. That would give you an extra 100% on your red and blue gems, and you could just stack red gem damage up the you-know-what. So manifest it, chat. Manifest it. Fingers crossed. But I have none of that. That said, it's still gonna hit hard and be very fun. So let's take him for a spin. So again, like I said, I am sacrificing the turn 1 get going for a red match. I got one. I will take that. I am happy. Alright, so before the boosts, 19k on our red gems. That'll boost it to 39,000, and then we're going to hit the submission. This is kind of where putting out 17 random red gems benefits. because we're going to get that gem damage that we just boosted. So we hit him for 800k just putting out the gems. But here's the problem. We gave him some wild cards and now he's going to break stuff. SOB. Whatever. On the bright side, everything is filled. So we can stack this again. Bam. Now we're up to 59,000. So 1.1 mil just throwing out the sub gems. And we kept them! Yay! Yay! So we only have the one stack. Typhoon makes that 45. Let's boost it again. So 55,000, 67,000 on that. And we have our choice between throwing out the submission or the mutated stomp. I want to do the stomp. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. You could definitely tailor that to do a ton of red gem damage. You could spam the red move damage. I don't think the tested loyalty plate would work. That's the one where it's like when you make a certain number of red gems, increase your red move damage. I don't know if the sub would trigger that. Would be interesting. Again, I don't have it to test. Maybe I will pester another content creator to test it on my behalf. But yeah, that's how that looks. Let's talk about old Mutant Seth. So that concludes our first look at Seth Rollins, Mutant Messiah. I did have a thought for another build as I was doing the preview. I was thinking maybe you could run double yellow with this 5-star move, but I like having the Springboard Tornado DDT as a backup if you need yellow gems. Like, this only boosts one color. So I thought about it. If you happen to be in the comments saying, what about this moveset? I thought about it, but I like that security blanket a little more. So yeah, that's the preview. 3-star super sub, a 4-star no move the pin bar, and a 5-star triple red gem damage up the you-know-what, move damage up the you-know-what. Lots of really fun ways to run him. Again, Chaotic Powerhouse, and the last of the 50% increased chance for gems on the initial board, matching those charge moves of that color by 2 more move points. The last of those trainers. So, interesting to see what the next batch is going to be, but let's not look too ahead of things. Let me know your thoughts on this super sub. 7.3 million damage is a lot. When health pools tap out at like 6 mil. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts as to where you think the game is heading in terms of new meta. Are we going to get like 5-star Emerald? What are the health pools going to look like? Is it going to go to 6-star? I don't know how they feel about having to code another move, because when the game was around, like when the game first started, the 4-star and 5-star moves just showed as a coming soon for the longest time. We don't have that option to see a potential 6-star move. So I wonder if maybe these stars will turn green for Emerald. Maybe 5-star Diamond. And how would that look in terms of max health? What would that do to gem damage? Really curious to hear your thoughts about that, and also what you think of Mutant Seth Rollins as a playable character. Are you a fan? Are you gonna chase? How would you run him? Any other questions, comments, concerns, please let me know in the comments of this video. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Be sure to like, share with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified when my next gameplay video comes out. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for being a friend.